Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video. I am so glad you decided to click on this video today. This is the Budget Hack, the channel where we talk about personal finance made simple and practical. I get it, money can be complicated, intimidating, and honestly, sometimes just plain stressful. But it doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking to save money, start investing, or just figure out how to make your budget work without feeling like you're giving up everything you love, you're in the right place. We break it all down into easy, actionable steps that actually work. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It's totally free for you, but it helps the channel out tremendously. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a helpful tip. Seriously, turning on notifications is the best way to make sure you catch all the value we're dropping every single week. Your future self will thank you for it, I promise. All right, let's get into it. Here are 10 money mistakes you want to avoid at all costs. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Ivan. I'm doing okay. I probably don't make these mistakes. But you'd be surprised how many of these are incredibly common, even for people who think they're good with money. These might seem small, but over time they can cost you thousands, keep you stuck in debt, and delay your financial goals for years. Trust me, avoiding these pitfalls is the foundation of building real, sustainable wealth. All right, first up, and this one is arguably the most important of all, not having a budget. I can already hear some of you groaning. The word budget just sounds so restrictive, right? It sounds like you're putting yourself in financial jail, unable to spend money on anything fun. But I want you to completely reframe how you think about this. A budget isn't about restriction. It's about permission. It's about being intentional with your money. It's you, telling your money exactly where to go, instead of wondering where it all went at the end of the month. It's the difference between proactively designing your financial life and just letting it happen to you. Think about it this way. Without a budget, you might just grab lunch out every day, not thinking much of it. But that $15 a day adds up to over $300 a month. With a budget, you might decide, okay, I'm going to allocate $100 for eating out, which means you can still enjoy it, but you're making a conscious choice. You're in control. The rest of that money can then be directed towards something far more impactful, like paying off debt or investing for your future. There are so many great tools out there, from simple spreadsheets to apps like Mint or YNAB, that make this process incredibly easy. Find one that works for you and just start. Coming in at number 2 is a mistake that trips up millions of people treating your credit cards like they're free money. It is so easy to fall into this trap. You see something you want, you don't have the cash right now, but hey, you can just swipe the plastic and worry about it later, right? Wrong. That later comes with a hefty price tag in the form of interest, and credit card companies are banking on you carrying a balance. Their entire business model is built on it. When you swipe that card for a $2,000 vacation you can't afford, you're not just borrowing $2,000. You're signing up to pay back way more than that over time. The interest rates on credit cards are notoriously high, often upwards of 20% or even 25%. That means your purchases can end up costing you double if you only make the minimum payments. The only winning move in the credit card game is to use them strategically for the points and rewards, and then, and this is the crucial part, pay the entire statement balance in full every single month without exception. If you can't afford to pay for it in cash by the time the bill is due, you can't afford it. Period. Don't let a momentary desire for convenience turn into a long-term debt nightmare. The third mistake is a big one, and it's playing financial defense without a safety net, not having an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Your car will break down, your pet will get sick, your water heater will explode. It's not a matter of if something unexpected will happen, but when. Without an emergency fund, these minor inconveniences become full-blown financial crises. What do? You panic. You end up swiping a credit card, which we just talked about, or worse, taking out a high-interest payday loan, digging yourself into a deeper hole that's incredibly difficult to climb out of. Your emergency fund is your shield against life's curveballs. It's what allows you to handle a $1,000 car repair without derailing your entire financial plan or going into debt. The goal is to eventually have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up, but don't let that big number intimidate you. Start small. Your first goal should be to save up $1,000. Just focus on that. Keep this money separate from your regular checking account, ideally in a high-yield savings account, where it can earn a little bit of interest, but is still easily accessible when you need it. This single step will give you an incredible amount of peace of mind. Alright, mistake number 4 is like trying to run a race with an anchor tied to your leg, ignoring your high-interest debt. I'm talking about credit card debt, personal loans, payday loans, any debt with an interest rate that is actively working against you every single day. Letting this kind of debt just sit there is one of the most destructive things you can do to your finances. It's a silent wealth killer. It eats away at your income, prevents you from saving and investing, and keeps you trapped in a cycle of just trying to stay afloat. It's a constant source of stress that holds you back from achieving your real goals. Let's do some quick math. Say you have a $5,000 credit card balance with a 22% interest rate. If you only make the minimum payment, it could take you over 15 years to pay it off, and you'd end up paying thousands of dollars in interest alone, more than the original amount you borrowed. You have to get aggressive. There are 2 popular strategies: the debt snowball, where you pay off the smallest debts first for psychological wins, and the debt avalanche, where you tackle the highest interest debts first to save the most money. Pick one, create a plan, and throw every extra dollar you can find at it until it's gone. Okay, let's talk about mistake number 5, a very sneaky one that can sabotage your progress without you even realizing it: letting lifestyle inflation take over. So what is lifestyle inflation, or lifestyle creep, as it's sometimes called? It's the tendency to increase your spending as your income increases. You get a raise at work, and instead of saving or investing that extra money, your expenses magically rise to meet it. Suddenly you need a nicer car, a bigger apartment, you're eating at fancier restaurants and buying more expensive clothes. Before you know it, you're making more money than ever before, but you still feel just as broke. This is an incredibly common trap. You feel like you've earned the right to upgrade your life, and you have. But if you're not careful, you'll end up on a hedonic treadmill, never actually getting ahead financially. A great strategy when you get a raise or a bonus is to split it. Acknowledge your hard work by allocating a portion of it to fun and upgrades, say 25%. But then, be disciplined and direct the other 75% towards your financial goals, like accelerating your debt payoff, boosting your retirement savings, or investing. This way, you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor while still building wealth for the future. Mistake number 6 is one that can literally cost you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars over your lifetime: waiting too long to start investing. So many people think, I'll start investing when I make more money, or I'll start when I know more about the stock market. This is a catastrophic error because the single most powerful force in your financial journey is time. Thanks to the magic of compound interest, where your earnings start generating their own earnings, the sooner you start, the less you have to invest to reach your goals. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Let's look at an example. If you start investing $300 a month at age 25, assuming an 8% average annual return, you could have over $1 million by age 65. But if you wait just 10 years and start at age 35, you'd have to invest more than double that, over $700 a month, to reach the same goal. That's the staggering power of a single decade. The best time to start investing was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You don't need to be an expert. Start with your company's 401k, especially if there's a match. That's free money. Open a Roth IRA with a low-cost index fund. Use apps like Acorns or M1 Finance. Just start. Let's move on to mistake number 7, which is honestly death by 1,000 cuts for your bank account: wasting money on unused subscriptions and hidden fees. In today's world, it feels like everything is a subscription. Streaming services, gym memberships you never use, software, meal kits, that free trial you signed up for 6 months ago and totally forgot to cancel. Each charge might seem small, like $10 here, $15 there, but they add up to a significant amount of money being drained from your account every single month for things you're not even getting value from. It's essentially setting your money on fire. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to become a financial detective. Once every few months, print out your bank and credit card statements and go through them with a highlighter. Scrutinize every single recurring charge. If you don't use it or it doesn't bring you joy, cancel it immediately. No excuses. While you're at it, look for hidden bank fees. Are you paying a monthly maintenance fee on your checking account? Overdraft fees? These are often avoidable by meeting a minimum balance or, honestly, just switching to a better fee-free bank or credit union. Be vigilant because these little leaks can sink a big ship. This next mistake is the reason why so many budgets fail before they even get started. Mistake number 8 is not tracking your spending. This is a close cousin of not having a budget, but honestly, it's even more fundamental. You just can't create an effective plan for your money if you have no idea where it's actually going. Most people have like a vague idea. They know their rent, their car payment, but it's the little everyday purchases that go completely unaccounted for. The daily coffee, those Amazon impulse buys, the takeout, these are the budget black holes that just suck up your cash. If you feel like you're constantly broke but don't know why, this is definitely the exercise for you. For the next 30 days, I challenge you to track every single dollar you spend. Every single one. Whether you use an app that connects to your bank accounts, a spreadsheet, or just a simple notebook you carry with you, write it all down. It might feel tedious at first, but I guarantee it will be an eye-opening experience. You will probably be shocked to see exactly where your money is going. And hey, this isn't about judging yourself. It's about gathering data. Once you have the data, you'll have the power to make informed changes. Mistake number 9 is a limiting belief that keeps so many people stuck thinking, I just don't make enough money to save. This is honestly one of the biggest myths in personal finance. We see people with six-figure incomes living paycheck to paycheck, and we see people with modest incomes building impressive savings. Building wealth has way more to do with your habits and your savings rate than it does with the size of your paycheck. Believing you can't save because of your income is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe it, you won't even try, and you'll guarantee that it's true. The key is to understand that you don't have to start big. The amount you save is way less important than the habit of saving. Can you find $5 a day? That's just one less coffee or packing your lunch instead of buying it. That $5 a day is $35 a week, $150 a month, and $1,800 a year. If you invest that, it becomes a significant amount over time. The best way to make this happen is to automate it. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account for the day after you get paid. Pay yourself first, even if it's just $25 per paycheck. Start small, build the habit, and prove to yourself that you can save. And finally, we've arrived at mistake number 10, which is kind of like getting in a car and just driving with no destination in mind, not setting financial goals. If you don't know what you're saving and working for, it's incredibly difficult to stay motivated. Why would you say no to that expensive dinner out or that new gadget if you don't have a bigger, more exciting why to focus on? Without clear goals, your financial efforts will be scattered and honestly, just pretty ineffective. You'll just be drifting along hoping for the best, which is not a strategy for success. Your goals are the roadmap that guides all of your financial decisions. You need to get specific. Don't just say, I want to save more money. Use the SMART goal framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, I will save $5,000 for a down payment on a car specific. Relevant by saving $417 per month for the next 12 months. Measurable, achievable, time-bound. Write your goals down and put them somewhere you can see them every day. Break them down into short-term goals like building your emergency fund, mid-term goals like saving for a house, and long-term goals like retirement. This clarity will give you purpose and make it so much easier to make smart choices every single day. And there you have it, 10 of the most common and most costly money mistakes that you absolutely need to avoid. Thanks for watching. I know we covered a lot, but even just fixing one or two of these can have a massive positive impact on your financial future. The goal isn't to be perfect overnight, but to be aware and to start making small, consistent improvements. Remember, personal finance is a marathon, not a sprint, and every step in the right direction counts. If you found this video helpful, please do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a financial boost. It's honestly the best way to help the channel grow and reach more people who are trying to get their money right. Got questions or tips of your own? Which of these mistakes have you struggled with the most? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear from you. Your experience could be the exact thing someone else needs to hear today. Finally, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss any of our weekly hacks to make the most of your money. We have so much more content coming your way to help you save more, make more, and live a richer life. We're building a community here, and I'm so glad you're a part of it. See you in the next video, and remember, small steps lead to big changes.